Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're journeying deep into the mists of ancient China, to a time of legends and heroes. After the mythical age of the three sovereigns, a new era dawned, age of the five emperors. This wasn't a time of tyrants and conquests. It was an epoch defined by wisdom, compassion, and the foundations of a civilization. These five leaders weren't just kings. They were teachers, innovators, and moral compasses who guided their people toward a brighter future. So, prepare to be inspired as we uncover the incredible stories of the Yellow Emperor. Zhuangxu, Emperor Ku, Emperor Yao, and Emperor Shun. Our saga begins with a figure so foundational. He is often called the ancestor of all Chinese people. Huangdi, the Yellow Emperor. Huangdi wasn't born into a peaceful world. His lands were threatened by fierce, warring tribes, most notably the fearsome Qiyu. But Huangdi was more than just a warrior. He was a brilliant strategist and a leader who genuinely loved his people. He united the scattered tribes of the Yellow River Valley, not through sheer force, but by earning their trust and respect. In the legendary Battle of Jualu, he faced Qiyu's forces, who were said to breathe fog and wield strange weapons. But Huangdi, with his ingenuity, is credited with inventing the south-pointing charioton, ancient compass to navigate the fog and lead his army to a decisive victory. This victory didn't just end a war. It forged a new, unified people. But Huangdi's legacy extends far beyond the battlefield. He was a true Renaissance man of his time. He understood that a strong society is built on knowledge and prosperity. He taught his people advanced agricultural techniques, showing them how to cultivate the five essential grains, which ensured a stable food supply. He encouraged the building of stronger homes, boats, and carts, revolutionizing transportation and daily life. His wife, Lai Zhu, is celebrated for her own incredible discovery. Sericulture, the art of making silk from silkworms. This beautiful fabric would become one of China's most prized treasures for millennia. Huangdi also tasked his minister Kangyi with creating the first Chinese characters, inspired by the tracks of birds and animals. This monumental invention allowed for history to be recorded, knowledge to be passed down, and a complex culture to flourish. Because of these immense contributions, from statecraft and warfare to culture and technology, the Yellow Emperor is revered as the father of Chinese civilization. Following the glorious reign of the Yellow Emperor, his grandson Zhuangxu ascended to the throne. The world he inherited was more unified, but still held underlying tensions between different tribes and spiritual beliefs. Zhuangxu's great challenge was to create social and spiritual harmony. He was a wise and determined ruler who saw the need for a clear order in both the heavens and on earth. One of his most significant acts was to separate the realms of the divine and the mortal. Before his time, it was believed that gods and spirits could freely interfere in human affairs, and anyone could communicate with them, leading to chaos and conflicting claims of divine authority. Zhuangxu established a formal priesthood, designating specific officials to manage religious rites and communications with the heavens. This act brought order to spiritual practices and centralized religious authority, preventing social unrest caused by rogue shamans and cults. He also focused on creating a more unified legal and social structure, reforming the calendar to better align with the agricultural seasons, and promoting patriarchal social norms. By establishing these clear boundaries and structures, Emperor Zhuangxu brought a new level of peace and stability to the growing civilization, ensuring that the legacy of his grandfather would continue to thrive. After Zhuangxu, the mantle of leadership passed to his nephew, Emperor Ku. If Huangdi was the great builder and Zhuangxu the great organizer, then Emperor Ku was the great harmonizer. He was known for his benevolent nature and his profound love for music. Ku didn't see music as mere entertainment. He believed it was a powerful force that could soothe the soul, unite hearts, and reflect the harmony of the universe. He understood that shared cultural experiences were essential for a peaceful society. During his reign, he encouraged the creation of new musical instruments and compositions. Legends say that he ordered his musician Yushui to craft drums, bells, pipes, and chimes. People would gather to sing songs celebrating the changing seasons, bountiful harvests, and the joys of community life. This emphasis on music and culture fostered a spirit of cooperation and shared identity. Emperor Ku ruled with a gentle hand and was highly respected for his virtue. He treated all people with fairness and lived a modest life himself, serving as an example to his subjects. Under his peaceful and cultured rule, the land prospered and the people lived in contentment. There were no great wars or calamities, just the gentle rhythm of a society in tune with itself and with nature. All thanks to the emperor who ruled with a song in his heart. The fourth of these legendary Sage kings was Emperor Yao, a ruler whose name became synonymous with justice and selfless dedication. Yao's reign is often held up as a golden age of governance. He wasn't a distant ruler sitting on a high throne. He was deeply connected to his people's well-being. He famously said, "If a single man is hungry, it is my fault. If a single man is cold, it is my fault." He lived simply in an undecorated hut with a thatched roof, and ate from plain earthenware bowls, pouring all the kingdom's resources into the welfare of his subjects. His most famous challenge came in the form of the Great Flood, a cataclysmic event where rivers burst their banks and inundated the land for years. For Yao, the safety of his people was the only priority. He first appointed a man named Gun to control the floods, but after 9 years of failure, Yao showed his commitment to meritocracy over nepotism. He dismissed Gun and, after seeking advice from all his ministers, appointed Gun's son, Yu, to take over the monumental task. This decision showed Yao's incredible humility and his willingness to listen to counsel. He always sought input from his advisors, and even the common people before making important decisions, establishing a model of consultative rule. Emperor Yao's unwavering fairness and profound sense of responsibility left an indelible mark, shaping the Chinese ideal of a just and benevolent ruler for all time. And that brings us to our final emperor, Shun, whose story is a powerful testament to the virtue of filial piety and inner goodness. Shun was not born into nobility. He was a humble farmer from a troubled family. His mother passed away when he was young, and his father remarried. His stepmother and stepbrother were cruel to him, constantly trying to harm him. Yet, through it all, Shun never held a grudge. He continued to treat his father with respect, his stepmother with kindness, and his troublesome stepbrother with love and forgiveness. His extraordinary virtue and resilience did not go unnoticed. His reputation for kindness and filial piety spread throughout the land, eventually reaching the ears of Emperor Yao Yao, who was looking for a worthy successor, decided to test Shun. He married his 2 daughters to Shun and gave him administrative duties to see how he would manage a family in a district. Shun excelled in every task, bringing harmony to his new family and prosperity to the region he governed. Deeply impressed by Shun's unwavering moral character, Yao passed over his own son and chose Shun as the next emperor. As ruler, Shun continued to govern with the same humility and compassion he had shown his whole life. He taught the importance of family values, mutual respect, and helping one another. His rise from a simple farmer to a great emperor became a timeless lesson that true nobility lies not in bloodline, but in character. Together, the 5 emperors: Huangdi, the innovator; Juenshu, the organizer; Ku, the harmonizer; Yao, the just; and Shun, the virtuous, wove the cultural and moral fabric of ancient China. They were more than just rulers. They were paragons of wisdom and benevolence who led by example. They taught their people how to build, how to live together, how to find joy in culture, how to govern fairly, and how to be fundamentally good human beings. Their reigns were not marked by conquest, but by creation, not by fear, but by harmony. They transformed a collection of scattered tribes into a coherent and flourishing civilization, leaving behind a legacy of peace, knowledge, and hope. Their stories, passed down through countless generations, are not just myths from a distant past. They are the foundational narratives of a culture embodying the timeless ideals of leadership, community, and the enduring power of human virtue. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey back in time. The legends of the 5 emperors remind us that the greatest leaders are often the greatest servants of their people. If you enjoyed this story, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next exploration into the fascinating pages of history. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious.